Good morning. I was not alone last night. One person ended up rolling in and camping right near it. That was fine. Temperature's about the same as yesterday, and winds were last night were kind of weird. It was calm, gusting up to 50 at random times. Otherwise, looks like a little hilly today. We got like 7.5 miles to the first water source. I think I can make it that far on the water I got, but the water's low, and I'm definitely low energy. I have not been eating enough food. I've just got a low appetite, so I'm eating like half as much food as what I should be. And I got one blister on the side of my big toe that's forming. Otherwise, I'm doing okay for the most part. It's just a little uncomfortable for the start. Hopefully my energy and appetite starts picking up, because I need to eat food and I need to drink water. But we'll get moving for today. There's looking back. Hilly ups and downs this morning. Camped way down in that gully. It's funny how like just a few hundred feet of elevation wipes you out in the morning. There's looking back to the Big Hatchet Mountains. I'm out of the hills. Terrain's back to being a little flatter now. I think I'm about halfway to the first water source for the day. 90% of the trail or so has been like this, just really rocky. Luckily my feet have been holding up just fine. Now we're just leaving the gravel path. Back in the wilderness. You can see some trail signs up ahead. And I see what looks like a well, a little tower structure there in the distance. And from here we're about 0.8 to the water source. So that's probably it out there in the distance ahead. Almost to the water source. Bunch of cattle over there. There's the water source. You got the big tank here. And what's nice, it's got a little hose connected right to it, so you don't have to take like pond water or anything. So fresh, clean water coming out of there. I'm gonna chill here for a good bit and drink down lots of water. Back on trail. That was a good break. Definitely needed it. Rehydrated up on water. Forced myself to eat a bunch of snacks. Still have like little to no appetite, which is kind of concerning. But from here, the next water is going to be another cache. Water cache 3, I guess it would be. It's only about 6 miles or so down trail. And we'll take another good break there. That's definitely got to be the town of Hachita out there. There's some cattle out here, but they're pretty few and far between. I can see Route 9 up ahead. Just in front of that is where the water cache is at. Should be water cache number 3. About a quarter mile. We'll take a long break there. Made it to the water cache. Lots of water in there. I'll fill up here in a minute. There's a really nice shady spot. It's right at the middle of the heat of the day. The sun is just straight overhead. but there's a tree right here, and I'm just gonna set up under here. I'm gonna chill here for a good bit. I don't know how much further I'm going for today, but I don't really have much more, I don't think. It's only like another 5 miles to the next water source. That'll be easily doable in the afternoon, and then maybe just a few mile or so after, I'll be looking for a tent site. So I'm just gonna relax here for a bit. Done with our break. Here's where the trail crosses Route 9. This is the other kind of emergency out if you needed it. You can call Radar, the little Hachita General Store, and they'll take you into town. It's down that way, just a few miles. But I'm feeling good today. Water sources are much closer than they were the first couple days. So I'm definitely getting hydration needs taken care of a lot better today. And next landmark we're stopping at is going to be I think 5 miles from here. There's another cattle water tank thing similar to the first one we hit this morning. I think I need to double check my route, but I think we're following this road. So anyway, I'll put the camera back and I'll catch up later. It's definitely a cool feeling to just be walking straight out into the desert. There is nothing all around us. More cows out here at their little watering hole. There's a little tire there for water. None of the hikers should need it though, because we just filled up. Made it to the next water source, another farm tank. Lots of good shade. I haven't checked it yet, but that should be the water access. Little garden hose on a spigot. So I'm gonna fill up, take a long break. I'm only doing like another mile at the most, and it's only like 4:30, 4:45, something like that, so I got time to waste. Maybe even cook up some dinner, have some food here while I'm waiting. Well, I just got dinner cooked up. It's seeping right now, so it'll be ready in just a few more minutes. These are the dinners I've been having. This is the Backpacker's Pantry's chicken fettuccine alfredo is what I'm having for tonight. I feel like I've got enough of an appetite to finally start finishing some full meals, which is good. Yesterday was just kind of rough with no appetite, but I think it's coming back, so I'm doing a lot better. Plus water sources have been a lot more frequent throughout the day. But still all alone at this place. I'm gonna chill here for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. Just wait for the sun to go down on the horizon. I'm only gonna go like another mile, 2 at the absolute most. And then just look for any type of flat spot that looks like I can safely put a tent and not get anything popped with a cactus or anything. So I'm just gonna sit here and chill for some more time and just get dinner and everything done. I'll let you know if anything else happens. Done with our break at the water cache. Loaded up on water. Only doing like another mile or so until we find a reasonable looking flat spot I can put a tent. And here we go. I'm right at about a mile from the water tank, and I think this will work for a spot. A little sandy wash. There's just barely enough of a berm where I've got a little bit of wind protection and then just the tiniest bit of shade, but I'll get more and more shade as the sun keeps going down. So I'm gonna get settled in the rest of the way. I'm all settled in. I'm gonna be going to bed as soon as the sun gets a little bit lower on the horizon, I think. So that's it for today. I think we got 30-something miles left until we hit Lordsburg, so that should be 2 days, definitely. So we're getting done with this first long desert stretch. Oh, so I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. A little chilly this morning. Probably won't be too long before I have to take the puffy jacket off though, but it's nice to start out with one. And we had a little crowd where I was at last night. There was 4 more people that showed up about an hour or so after I got there. That was all nice. And just looking ahead for today, looks like a couple of water sources, water caches will be hitting. I don't think water will be too scarce today, which is nice. And then somewhere is like 19 miles for the day. There's like a final water tank And then I'll probably be looking for camping immediately after that. Just a little bit before sunrise still. Just got to a nice little hilltop with a beautiful view overlook. I'm sitting here having another second breakfast. Hanging out with Happy. We've been hiking together for the last 2 days. And I got my reservations booked for Lordsburg. I went ahead and booked for 2 nights because I think I'm going to take a 0. Just let my body recuperate a little bit. Stuff my face full of food. This first little stretch on trail has just been treating me a little differently from when I did the PCT, so we'll take that extra day to rest. I need to slow down anyway and let the snow melt further up north. This gate crossing has just reminded me that I was watching IB Tat's through hike of the CDT. He only did it 2 years ago, and I remember he had to do a bunch of weaseling his way through these barbed wire fences like a dozen times, and I haven't had to do that yet. So I wonder if either I guess these gate crossings are new or something in the last 2 years, which is very nice. You don't have to like monkey yourself through the barbed wire fencing. There's been a number of patches like this morning that have been pretty rocky. Slows you down some. But we are almost to water cache number 4, just a little bit further ahead. Guess I spoke too soon. Here's the first gate I gotta go through. Made it to water cache 4, stopping here for a break.
Are you filtering this?
Mm-hmm. I just filter everything.
Fair enough.
Out of habit.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. What was the guy? Cat.
Done with our water break. Good group of hikers have been around today. As usual, hikers are cool people. I think this is the last paved road we're crossing until we get to Lordsburg. This is Route 113. And we're just going to be leapfrogging water caches. Mostly cattle tanks and such. Next water source is about 3.5 miles from here, so that'll be the next break. And then I think about 12 miles total is all we got for today. Will end us near another tank. There we go, easy gates to get through. And we're back in the desert. Up ahead there, we're heading into the Pyramid Mountains. And that pyramid-shaped one is Pyramid Peak. Now this is some nice, easy walking. I'm hoping I'm not jinxing myself. There's plenty of spaces where it's sandy or super rocky, but this is nice. And overall temperatures and stuff has not been bad, all things considered. It's definitely between like 75 and 85, and right now it is not that hot. And there's definitely not as much sun intensity. Like out on the PCT, there's a lot worse like sun intensity factor, but there's like a constant cool breeze. The winds aren't even hot, so that's nice. This is where all the life out in the desert is at. I don't know if you guys can see them, but there's thousands of little tiny grasshoppers hopping out of the way. I've seen a lot of lizards. There's a lot of ant piles. It's just a lot of little desert creatures are all out in this area. Just thinking about something that I haven't mentioned yet, and that's in regards to permits. There's only a few permits you need for the CDT, like as it passes through the Rocky Mountains National Park, Yellowstone National Park, and Glacier National Park, I think. And I think all those permits are free. You just have to get slotted for backcountry campsites. I think. I'm gonna have to find out later when I get there. But there was one permit that you did have to pay for, and that was in New Mexico. There was some type of recreational backcountry public use permit, which was good for the whole state. And the state is kind of checkerboarded with all these land use areas where you needed a permit for it. So for years and years, every hiker that was doing the CDT was supposed to pay, it was like 30 bucks or 35 bucks or something like that to the state of New Mexico, and you're good to go for camping anywhere in the whole state in these like public use land areas. But anyway, this year, in like January, I think, they decided to get rid of that permitting system, and now it's all free. So it's nice. I was just at the point where I was gonna pay for the permit, and then they got rid of it. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Here's our next water source. Cylindrical metal cow trough thing out there. I just want to give a big thank you to all the ranchers out here, because they were walking through private ranch land. And they don't have to share the water with the hikers. But there's nice agreements that we can partake, and they could rope them all off and say no trespassing and all that, but man, we need this water out here. So thanks again for all you New Mexico ranchers that are out here in the middle of nowhere. This larger tank is pretty scummy, but they say this one should be better. So I'll throw the lid off and probably collect from here. Yeah, great water, nice and clear and cold from that thing. Right now I'm just tucked in behind this other bigger tank, airing out my feet. That's where my blister is. It's doing fine so far. I'm gonna take a good long break here. And there's a couple more hikers coming up behind.
I'm happy.
There's some more of the hikers we've been hiking around.
Recharge.
I'm Seawolf. You can find me on YouTube, Seawolf Hikes.
And then Sticks, which Space Gypsy hiking would be how you find me on YouTube.
Sweet. Leaving the water tank. Heading to the next one. I think it was 5.7 to the next cattle tank. And we'll take a break there. There's a lot of these dirt mounds out here, like little burrows with multiple entrances. Prairie dogs, I guess, but I've never seen one of these critters. I got to another fence crossing, taking a sit-down break, quick snack. We're about 2 miles to the next water source. It's easy to get kind of lost out here. There's twice in the last little stretch here where you kind of wander, following the footprints, following the path, and then you realize you haven't seen a trail marker in a while. Double check gut hooks. And you find out you're off by a little bit and kind of wander back where the trail should be. There's definitely been lots of these washes and stuff we cross. Made it to the next water source. Another good rest break. Still in no rush. I'm only gonna do a few more miles today, I think. So we'll chill here for at least an hour, probably.
Way up above Castle Rock,
Yeah,
and we both went the wrong way.
Well, we got a new rest plan. There's one tree just a little bit further up from where we collected water, so most hikers I've been around are all gathering under the tree here, so this is the place we'll be chilling for the next hour or so. Back on trail. doing the last little stretch. It's only like 2 miles to the final water source, and we're just camping just a little bit past that. There's the Pyramid Mountains. Winds have definitely picked up since this afternoon. We're supposed to die off a lot later though, maybe 11 o'clock, midnight. It's a little gusty. This last bit kind of sucks. It's all headwind in your face. It's just a little too windy. There's the water source. Gonna load up here, and it's about a 1/4 mile to camp. I'll see you there. And this is gonna be camp. This is about what I was expecting. Trying to find a nice little tucked in place against the side of a wash. So the other guys up and around are kind of scattered around up and down here. I'm gonna get dinner going, video editing, everything else. I'll sign off in a little bit. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today. Tomorrow we are getting into the town of Lordsburg. Gonna take a 0 day. Just need the time to relax. And I just cooked up my dinner, trying the lasagna backpacker's pantry. I haven't had this one before, so we'll see how that one works. Otherwise, we did good today. It's been a fun, good stretch through the desert, and we'll finish this up strong. I think we only got like 14 or 15 miles left for tomorrow, so thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.